Calcium 101, The Basics. This is a mini course and guide to the basics about calcium and how to use instant CalMag-C to help create health. Now let's look at an overview of what you'll learn on this mini course. First, we'll look at purposes of calcium as used by the human body for function of various systems, regulation of body processes, and prevention of disease. Following, we'll look at the vital importance of calcium as a mineral, how calcium is so important it has its own regulating gland, and how it's the basic component of nearly every basic bodily function. Following, we will look at factors that activate calcium for optimum use. Magnesium as calcium's mineral counterpart, the parathyroid gland, the proper form of calcium needed, and the exact ratio of calcium to other minerals required. Finally, we'll look at how instant CalMag-C is specially formulated parallel to these basic processes. Though you may have heard that calcium is of the utmost importance, it may have escaped your attention that your body has a gland solely dedicated to regulate calcium in the blood and control vital bodily functions. Called the parathyroid, meaning beside the thyroid, this gland governs the use of what calcium supply your body has to ensure function of nervous, muscular, and skeletal systems, to name but a few. Now let's take a look at the three main functions of calcium in the systems that it serves. The nervous system could be called the electrical communication system of the body. Thousands of electrical impulses are required to send messages between organs to make them function. Calcium provides the means for electrical impulses to travel along nerves. This is conduction of electricity in fact, and behaves just as electricity does outside the body. The body's muscular system supports structure and enables motion. This is done by alternately contracting and relaxing certain muscle groups in set patterns. Calcium use is twofold in this system. Primarily, muscles require proper nerve conduction to operate. The nerves must carry messages from the brain to the muscles to tell them what to do. No less important is use in the contraction-relaxation process. Perhaps the body's most important system for obvious reasons, the skeletal system supports the structure of the entire body. Made of bones, these basic structural units require calcium for strength. While it is widely known that calcium helps build strong bones and teeth, bones additionally serve as a sort of vault to store surplus. Excess calcium can be stored in the bones much like a bank vault, and can be withdrawn later for use in times of need. Also dependent upon calcium are other body functions such as blood vessel expansion and contraction, glandular secretion of hormones and enzymes, biochemical reactions, tolerance of stress, fighting and prevention of various diseases, assisting other minerals in their various functions, sleep, mood, and many more. Calcium alone is not enough. To be active in body processes, calcium has several other requirements to work in tandem to activate it. Let's take a look. Calcium has a mineral counterpart in magnesium, and there is a necessary reaction between the two for either to be useful. Let's look at some factors about this reaction. Major body functions, first of all, require calcium and magnesium working in tandem. Calcium produces contraction of muscles and nerves, while magnesium produces relaxation of muscles and nerves. Nerve impulses, for instance, depend upon the contraction-relaxation process. The process must be in an exact ratio to work. There is an exact ratio of calcium to magnesium for the reaction to be proper. And finally, the combination of these in correct ratio also requires an acid, which activates the reaction between the two. Magnesium itself plays many roles within the body. It's also required for hundreds of biochemical reactions. Such reactions account for things such as heart rhythm, immune system optimization, regulation of blood sugar, government of blood pressure, and many more. A view of how calcium is regarded nowadays signifies quite a decline in its reputation. Unfortunately, calcium, to say nothing of magnesium, has been relegated from an essential mineral to something you become deficient in with age, or a supplement that prevents osteoporosis or kidney stones. Evidenced by the existence of the parathyroid, calcium supersedes such repute. Calcium is one of the basic building blocks of the body, and though it may need supplement when deficient, calling it a supplement is like calling fresh air a luxury. When we speak of reactions, we're talking about chemistry, and there certainly is a lot of chemistry to calcium. In fact, the correct form of calcium is vital. Calcium gluconate, the actual form needed, can often be confused with other forms of calcium. Most often, calcium carbonate is used in supplemental minerals, a form which is not usable by the body. Therefore, persons taking calcium carbonate who believe they are taking enough calcium can actually end up in deficiency or worse with calcium deposits in joints, kidneys, etc. In point of fact, using one or the other form of calcium can account for, in a child for instance, the difference between susceptibility and resistance to fever-producing diseases, colds, and even polio. No amount of calcium carbonate will stave off any of these maladies. Calcium gluconate, however, may be of service. And what is the price you pay for the wrong form of calcium? Symptoms of calcium deficiency abound. Choosing the wrong form can produce deficiency in symptoms including numbness and tingling in the fingers, depression, stress, insomnia, tension, hyperactivity, inability to switch off, muscle cramps, convulsions, lethargy, poor appetite, abnormal heart rhythm, and the list goes on. In addition to not supporting calcium, magnesium can likewise cause symptoms of its deficiency such as loss of appetite, nausea or vomiting, fatigue, weakness, numbness or tingling, muscle contractions and cramps, and many others. So how about an overall formula for health? Knowing about the importance of calcium and its role in body function opens the door. The key is calcium in balance and how it relates to overall health. Obviously, it is more than just a gland or single mineral that builds health and prevents disease or any of the deficiencies discussed here. A properly working parathyroid, coupled with a proper supply of the correct form of calcium in a precise 2-to-1 ratio to its partner mineral magnesium, all balanced by an acid, is the formula for proper function. All elements present can make for the optimum body and condition.